Yo, it's your girl Ed, and I'm back with a motherfucking video. Today we have a Q&A. As y'all can tell by the title, I just asked my followers on Instagram, put up a poll. I said ask me some questions, don't matter how many, don't matter what questions, ask me and I will tell, you feel me? So welcome to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, I'm Ant. If you're returning, welcome back. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I drop a banger video. I think this is my first time doing a Q&A, so this should be cool. So here's some of the questions just so y'all can see. Can y'all see? There's a few, and then there's a few more. It's a bunch. So I actually got more than I expected, honestly, so hopefully it don't be too long. Do you plan on visiting Arizona? I know why this person asked this question, but actually I do plan on visiting Arizona. My girlfriend is currently in grad school, so with a school in Arizona. So if they have like a graduation at some point and she has opportunity to, like, you know, go out there or whatever, then yeah, if she has a graduation in Arizona, then I'll be down there and I will make sure I stop through and see you, basically. What do you usually order from McDonald's? I don't eat McDonald's. Okay, so I used to eat McDonald's. I try my hardest. I don't eat anymore, so yeah. I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but what I normally would get from McDonald's, I would just get like a chicken sandwich or like a fish sandwich, or the breakfast little parfait joints used to be alright with the oatmeals and the fruit and stuff like that. I don't know, like I just try to get something that's settled. Like sometimes I just get a McChicken, maybe some nuggets, if that. I only really get nuggets on with other people because they get nuggets and I'd be like, you get nuggets and I'm getting nuggets. So but yeah, I used to love the sweet teas back in the day, but I don't eat McDonald's anymore. Not to say if you catch me eating it, then yeah, but you won't catch me eating it. Alright, if you have kids, what would you name them? So me and my girl want to name one of our daughters Ashman. So story behind that, we met, that was our freshman dorm in college. That's when we met, that's when we fell in love, and we've been in love ever since. So one of them we want to name Ashman. So that this video is not too long, I'm not going to just go through all the names. So that's just one of them, and then that's just a little story behind why. Do you miss your best friend ever? Do you miss your bestest friend ever? Duh, I hate you, but yeah. What is one thing you want to do before you die? I think what I want to do before I die is definitely make an impact. I kind of definitely want to you know, leave a mark on this earth. I want people to remember me for something good and not just like another being. Meaning I want to be able to be in the position to, you know, help out people in need. That's really important for me and my family. I also really want to travel. I just want to see what life has to offer, really. Like I want to continue to learn what I've been learning in life. I have no regrets, honestly. I do, but not really. I really want to travel, just have fun, explore. Like I want to explore, I want to travel, I want to see what is beyond America. I want to see what's beyond, you know, the stuff that I'm used to eating, just stuff like that. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? I can't tell you that. Matter of fact, okay, if I could eat one food for the rest of my life, I'm gonna give you a meal. How about that? I can't say food because like when I'm gonna eat apples for the rest of my life, I'm gonna eat spaghetti. Like it's not necessary. I'm gonna just give you a meal. I would say anything salad based. So I don't mean like a salad with like lettuce, tomatoes, and that dressing, that's it. No, I mean like anything salad related. So I like roots, I like chipotle, they got sweet green, I like gyro bowls, like anything that has like lettuce, tomato, onions, cheese, and peppers, vegetables, stuff like that. Like I can eat salad based stuff any day. Like I can always eat a chipotle type of meal. So anything like that, really. Like I wouldn't say pizza, I wouldn't say tacos, I wouldn't say burgers. Like I can eat salad based stuff. Like anything with lettuce that just comes in a bowl full of vegetables, I can always eat that. Which finger do you pick boogers with? This one right here. Yeah, this is the finger that I use to get my boogers. So yeah, I will get them for you, but I've already cleaned my nose today with a tissue though, by the way. But no, I get sit in with all of them for real. Whichever one is the less dirtiest, whichever one is the less, if my nails ain't clipped, it got to be the lowest nail. Whichever one is just, you know, convenient for the topic. I can't, son, I can't. All right, when could you see yourself starting a family? We converse this a lot. I'm ready. I'm not gonna say I'm mentally ready right now because like I don't know, like kids can really be a hassle, and I've been like just watching a lot of kids lately, like physically in person and like, you know, via online and stuff like that, and it's just like you think you might be ready, but like, you know, it can be different when that time really comes. I think with our generation, well, some people in our generation, we don't want our kids to go through what we did growing up. So I think a lot of us want to be financially stable. So I can agree to that, to say that I don't mind, you know, waiting until I'm financially stable. Obviously, if I'm going on 30, 35 and I'm still broke, which I won't be, you know, I'm gonna just have to settle down. But I think I'm about to, okay, so I'm 23 in a few days. I would say like really like 26. Like I'm trying to be engaged to my girl within the next like year or two, honestly. I'm trying to be in my crib with my girl within the next year or two. And I think like maybe 2 years following that, like I want her to be done with school. I want us to be like really jumping into our careers and just enjoying what we do. I want us to travel a little bit together, enjoy our time together. So I say maybe within the next 5 years, maybe like definitely before we're 30. Not like that I don't want to go beyond 30, but I don't know. I think maybe like late 20s. I'll say that. What are your plans after graduate? Oh, I guess she means what are my plans after I graduate? So I finished school in December 2020. I finished, so I'm completely done with college. I have to just, you know, pay off the rest of my semester and just wait and see whenever we're supposed to, this COVID stuff, whatever's supposed to happen. I don't know. My plans are, actually, I'm not even gonna tell you my plans. I just want y'all to see me work and see me grind. Y'all see what I'm doing, you feel me? You see I'm doing YouTube. You see I'm very consistent on Instagram. You see I have multiple platforms. Just put that together and just know I'm a communications major. So just think about that. I don't want to speak on my moves and then like, you know, I'ma just be about it, you feel me? I'ma just go from that angle. When were you finally comfortable and carefree in your relationship? When were you finally comfortable and carefree in your relationship? So this is funny. Y'all can get a couple story times out of this. So when I first, it's funny because us masculine females, like we can all kind of like agree to say that the bra stays on, the socks stay on, stuff like that, right? So personally, for the longest time, when I first started like sleeping with my girlfriend, I don't mean like sleeping like, but I mean like actually like going to sleep with my girlfriend, I always kept my socks on. I was always insecure on my feet, just because like growing up I was always like insecure on my feet because I'm like, well, these things are kind of rough. So I don't know, I always kept my socks on in the beginning. I always, you know, hid my body, stuff like that, even though I had and have a banging body, so I wasn't too insecure about it. I just always been a modest female. I've always been shy, and I've never like been with like a nigga or nothing like that, so I've never had already previously exposed my body to anybody except for like my like close friends and family. So, you know, I'm a pretty modest female for the most part. So I think it took definitely a couple months, but once I like just like, this was my best friend at the end of the day and then became like my level 2, like I was just like whatever. So I say a couple months, honestly. And I don't think it's the time that took time for me to get comfortable. I think it was just the overall relationship, like kind of made me feel comfortable. She's cool, like she's really my friend. So like most people do not care about getting naked in front of their friends unless they have like, they're not like that. So she was my friend and I was just like whatever. I don't know, I just say that. Besides Key and your mom, who might be a best friend to you and why? So besides Key and my mother, Deoshane is definitely my best friend. That's my cousin. She's been my best friend since we were like this big. That's my go-to. Like that's my right hand man's. Like I would catch a bullet, I will shoot a bullet, I would go to jail, go to hell and back. Like that's my dog right there. I would say D is my best friend. Daquan is my male best friend. That's currently my only male best friend that I have. That's about it. Amira is my dog too, but she has a best friend, so that's family too. My girlfriend's like, oh, you already said besides that. So yeah, just pretty much like Daquan is my 2 best friends currently, and then also Asia. She's just a headache, but that's my long time high school best friend as well. We actually still keep in contact. So that's my good ones too. Do naps hit harder or overnight sleep? What kind of question? Naps or sleep? I think for some reason I feel like naps be hitting harder because when I go to sleep I just be exhausted and I can't rely on overnight sleep to be comforting like lately. So I wake up very early for the most part. Like recently during like this holiday gap I kind of been like waking up a lot later, but for the most part for a while. I was waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, doing my morning routine, stuff like that, or 6, whatever, just early in general before the sun get up. And it's like when I go to sleep, like even if I go to sleep early and I get like 8 hours of sleep, I would just be so tired, and it just be like, no. Naps be like rejuvenating, and it just be like just a nap in between like you being productive and stuff like that. So I feel like a nap might hit harder. Like going to sleep, even if you sleep for 8+ hours, it just never is enough. Like I just never wake up energized. Like I always have to force myself to gain energy. I don't know, I'll say a nap, I don't know. What is your morning and or night routine? If you guys like, I'll do a video on it. So I'll do a video on my morning/night routine, or I might break it up into 2, depends on how long the video is. But I'll tell you briefly though. My morning routine consists of me, so I'll tell you my productive morning routine. My morning routine, I turn on like low lighting, so like this crystal lamp that I have right here, I turn that on. I turn on my little blue light. I'll turn on my LED light bulbs and make them like comfortable, cozy. I keep it dark because 9 times out of 10 my girlfriend's still asleep, but she is now. Taking a nap. And I will stretch. I have books back here. I'll read some books. I'll write down things I'm grateful for. I'll stretch, meditate. Sometimes I don't meditate every day, but sometimes I meditate. I do some affirmations. I listen to affirmations more so. I'll do my bathroom morning routine, and then I'll write down my list at night of things that I want to get done. I'll go by check, make sure I'm drinking water early in the morning, check, all that stuff like that. That's pretty much my morning routine. As far as night, depends on if I took a shower in the morning or at night, but I might take a shower, listen to music, jam out, wash my face, brush my teeth, exfoliate my face. Sometimes I'll do like self-care, so I might like, you know, clip the toenails, do a little manicure, pedicure for myself, stuff like that. I really do like to clean too, so I'll clean any time of the day. If I'm stressed, if I'm frustrated, if I just feel like anxiety coming on, anything like that, I'll just bust out and start cleaning. So sometimes at night I'll clean, sometimes early in the morning I'll clean. Depends on like how loud I need to be and like what time it is. So mainly towards the nighttime. Let's get some more. I might have to break this up into 2 parts because there's a lot of questions. So what are some of your goals for this year? Some of my goals for this year, so I'm going to speak on 2 different parts. I'm going to speak of like personal, which is like personal breaks down to my mental, my physical, stuff like that. And then I'm going to speak on like business, kind of sort of. So as far as personal goals that I have for this year, I really want to get out of this antisocial mood and mindset that I've been in. Like I don't know what happened, like, you know, sometimes you just can't explain stuff. I don't know what happened, but for some reason I just became very antisocial over the past like year or 2, and it's not like a shame me for it kind of thing. It's, you know, hint hint, maybe I'm just going through something that I don't even know about, and I just kind of distance myself. So, you know, that kind of thing happened. So I kind of fell out of touch with a lot of people, and that includes like family. So I kind of want to like rekindle that, and I've been doing that slowly. And I just want to like, even with friends, like I didn't really fall out with any friends, I didn't really have any, but I think I just want to like, you know, just become more of a social person. And you know, just stuff like that. Also goes, I want to just get myself back together. So like I want to get my face back on track. Like I pick my face so much, like I don't even really be having bad acne. I just be like just dark mark, and it just be like horrible. So I want to focus on that, focus on getting my hair together, as far as like just keeping it hydrated and stuff like that. Also my body, I want to get back working out, stuff like that. Business goals that I have are just basically just taking my brand to the next level, my clothing brand, my business life, if y'all don't know. I also want to, I don't know, I just want to curate a lot of numbers. So from all of my platforms, I just want to get those followings up, get those engagements up and stuff like that. So those are pretty much some of my goals. Like I have a lot of them, and I just want to like, you know, like read more, stuff like that. Like it's just like those type of goals really. Your coming out story. I actually did a video, I did like 2 videos, well, part 1 and part 2 on my coming out story. I'll give you a brief overview real quick. So because I feel like, yeah, you can watch the video if you want, but I always feel like I've grown from a place that I've been in previously. So I'll probably do like an update on that coming out video. But honestly, real quick to give it to you, it was not easy at all. Before I came out to other people, I had to come out to myself. So I was not honest with myself and my sexuality for the longest portion of my life. I hid it from myself, I hid it from everybody I knew. It wasn't until high school until I got got comfortable, you know, like accepting that females were attracted to me and I was attracted to females. So that's when it began, and I was like, you know, okay, I still hit it for the longest, but I would like, you know, engage in, I would entertain other females or whatever, but it would be so low key, not a lot of people would know about it. Then it wasn't until I got to college and I met Kiana and I decided that like, wow, like this is not worth keeping in, basically. So imagine you have, this is her by the way, that just got up from her little nap. But yeah, pretty much it wasn't until I met Kiana that I decided that it was not worth holding in. Like once I felt that that bit of love, I was like, wow, like this is what it feels like I wanted it forever. And then to finally get it was just like, wow, like it feels good to be comfortable. Because you know when you go to school and it's just like an escape from your hometown, it's an escape from your parents, you don't have nobody on your back telling you who to be, when you should be, and stuff like that. So I was just able to be myself, and it felt good. For once, I felt good for the first time in my life. So I hit up some people that I hit up like my cousin, and I hit up both of my cousins. One of them is gay, the other one is just my ride or die that I mentioned earlier. So they were both obviously very supportive and understanding and just wanted me to be myself and stuff like that. So long story short, I hit up my mom. It was not the easiest thing to do because that's just not how, you know, stuff was for us. So unfortunately that was like a big downfall. Me and my mom have like the closest relationship, so she was obviously there for me, but she just didn't know how, because that was not something she was ready for. So it's fine, I walked her through it. We had our like back and forths. Like it was not an easy coming out journey. I was speaking out again one day, but it wasn't at all what I thought it would be. I thought I would have more support. I thought I would, you know, not have to cry after telling somebody like who I wanted to be. It wasn't easy and it was hard because, you know, my mom is my best friend. So for her to be like, what the heck, it was just kind of like, dang, like basically I was just like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? But at the end of the day, I made that decision for myself, and I couldn't live in the world. It was no point in me living if I was gonna live a lie my entire life. Like, how can you be happy living a lie your entire life, living for somebody else? So I was just like, if it meant losing everything, I didn't care, because it was not worth like losing myself. So that's how my story went. You know, rough on both ends, but we good now, you know what I'm saying? So that's all. Where you get your eating habits from? I'm trying to get like you. My eating habits, so I've always been like a health kind of person, even as a young kid, because I did sports from the age of 6 until my freshman year of college. So that's like half my life that I've been like engaging in interactive and physical engagements or whatever. So in order to be an athlete, you have to eat good or whatever. You can eat what you want, obviously in moderation, but for me, I took it serious. I just ate good all the time just so that I would feel good. Honestly, a lot of people be like, ew, you always eating salads, you a rabbit, da-da-da, you always eating bird food, da-da-da. Honestly, stuff like that is good to me. I love vegetables, not because they're healthy, because it tastes good. Salads are a bomb to me. Like I said, that would be my last meal that I would eat every day for the rest of my life. I just really believe in like just you are what you eat, and I just really believe that we really gotta take care of ourselves. Like, it's little stuff that us and as people, even in the Black community, like that's just overlooked. Like, we do consume a lot of like bad foods and stuff like that, and when we grow up, our parents and our families, they don't really partake in good eating habits, honestly. Like, when you go to family occasions and stuff like that, there's a tiny little salad bowl, and best believe we got pounds of fried chicken, we got pounds of sweet baked beans, and pounds of this and pounds of that, and nobody really, where's the smoothies? We got sangrias, but where's the smoothies? Where's the fresh fruit juice and stuff like that? Like, you know, so I don't know, I think it just tastes really good to me, and I just always been interested in that kind of food, just because like when you look around, like look at people in your family and look at like any health issues that they might face. You know, I have a lot here just in under my roof alone, so it just encourages me to eat good. You know, what can we look for from you in 2021? 2021, you can expect consistency. You can see me being active. So when I first started out with this whole like internet stuff, I was slow, I was new to it, and it was just like not really the easiest thing to do daily. Took a break, I came back, I took a break, I came back. I've been consistent for like months straight now, and I know that that's what I want to do now for sure. So you can catch me being active with everything I do. If I'm doing these YouTube videos, you're gonna catch me doing these YouTube videos. If I'm posting on the gram, you're gonna catch me posting on the gram. If I'm only thing that I'm currently taking a break from, and this is not like off the record or official or you heard it first kind of thing, but I'm like just getting a bit more of a sort of like a gap for my clothing brand, just because I want to do it right this time. When I went about the first time, you know, I didn't make the smartest decisions as a business owner, so I want to do it the right way, and I want to, you know, have the best for my customers and my supporters. So I'm like, I'm not taking a break from that. You know, if I have something in stock that you want, you know what I'm saying, we can make that work. Like, I have it, you can get it. I just want to do it the right way this time on my end. So you can just expect me to be consistent with anything that I do. Do you have the sweatshirts or the long sleeve shirts of the Merlin shirts? Yeah, hit me up and we can make that work. We can, yeah, I got you. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Beautiful question. Something I would change about myself is my confidence. The way I talk to myself is disgusting. The way I think about myself when I look at myself in the mirror is sad and it's sickening. Like, I literally, I'm my worst critic. They say that you are your worst critic, and when I tell you I'm really that, like, I will not even begin to really actually tell y'all, like, you know, the things that go on in my head when I look at myself. But I'm focusing on, like, you know, confidence and just watching how I talk to myself and realizing that my tongue is powerful and that what I say can come true. Be careful what you wish for, be careful what you put out into the world. So I definitely want to change the way I view myself. Like, it's nothing that I can physically change about myself. I don't have, you know, the worst flaws, obviously, but I don't know, I just be so unhappy with myself and it's just not good. Like, why? Like, you know, I just want to focus on self-love. So I would change the way I think about myself and the way I view myself. When is this video coming out? It'll probably be coming out January the 8th, so hopefully that's when it comes out. What is Key's middle name? Can I tell them your middle name?
Who asked that question?
Asia, teach us.
It's Melinda. It's my sister's name that I never met. She died before I was even born, so they gave me her name as my middle name, and it actually goes perfect with like my whole entire name. So it's Kiana Melinda Lawrence.
Yeah. So there you go. Her middle name is Melinda. Let's just keep this going. We're just gonna keep it going. How tall are you? I'm like 5.
She's 4'10".
I'm like 5'1", but I could be 5'2" on a good day. Do you believe you're with your soulmate? I think I honestly do. Seriously. Like, I really can't see myself being with, get on my face. She's honestly like just really, really perfect for me. We have a lot of things that we need to work on. Like, I'm not saying that we're perfect. Like, don't get me wrong by anything. Just because I'm in love don't mean that we don't have flaws. I don't want anybody to think that about our relationship. I definitely believe I'm with my soulmate. I really, really would love her to be the mother of our kids, honestly. Like, that's somebody that, you know, we're not gonna talk about that because I can talk all day about my girlfriend, so we're not gonna talk about that. But I do believe I'm with my soulmate. I can't really see myself being with somebody else. If something was to ever happen to me and Keith and we couldn't be together, I would want my next girl to, she has to be like very, like, she has to resemble 98% of Kiana, and then the other percents that is not Kiana has to be like, it has to be better than Kiana's downfalls. So say if like Kiana has a bad attitude problem, right? I want my new girl to have everything that Kiana had, but she has to have better attitude. You know, like, it's just stuff like that. Like, she just got to be better. Like, if you're not better than what I have now, bruh, then I don't want you. What's your favorite show that you're watching right now? I'm only watching 3 shows right now. I'm watching Supernatural right now, right? I've started Naruto over from the very beginning, so instead of just watching little pieces, I've actually watched I'm watching it from the beginning. I'm also watching Power. I love Power too. So yeah. How long y'all been thrifting? I don't know if my mom took me there when I was a kid. Most likely my mom had me thrifting when I was a kid, but that I can remember since middle school. So me and my cousin used to go to the thrift stores all the time to the same exact thrift store that I thrift to this day. That my most recent thrift video is from that thrift store. So me and my cousins used to thrift back in the day, just because like you can find, like, we were like little fake, like little hipsters back in the day, but not like hipsters, like annoying hipsters. We would just like wear cool clothes that other people didn't really wear or they didn't see fit fashion. So it'd be like some bulky shoes, like some, remember the creepers? Like, I don't know if this was just a DMV thing, but people used to wear like creepers back in the day, stuff like that. Like, those kind of shoes you can really find at thrift store because they would be like old men who used to wear them, or like women, stuff like that. So we had those. We had like vests. Vests were really popular back in the day here in DMV, so we used to get those. Denim was really popular, so we used to buy denim, and I used to rework it. So I used to re-bleach it. My aunt taught me how to do all that, so I used to bleach all my clothes, honestly. So we've been thrifting since then, and then like yeah, to this day. So I've been thrifting since middle school, and I'm currently a college grad. So do the math on that timeline. What is one thing you could tell your younger self? Something I could tell my younger self. I don't know. It's a lot. It's hard to tell yourself something versus what you would tell somebody else. So what I would tell a young kid is different from what I would tell myself. But what I would tell myself, obviously, is just that it's okay to be yourself. Like, when you get older, don't think that, you know, you have to live up to society, or even society might not even be the world. Society might be your own family. Like, you're not living for anybody. Keep that in mind. Like, I would tell myself, never forget that you're living for God and yourself, and that's it. You're not on earth for nobody else except for yourself and God. So I tell myself that. I would tell myself to always, like, never forget to love yourself and put yourself first. I always put everybody before me to this day. What is your biggest downfall? Again, I think my biggest downfall is like confidence. That's when I tell you confidence, especially in the industry that I'm in, confidence can make or break you, honestly. Like, because it taps into a lot of different places. Like, if you're not confident, then that means that you can't, like, you shy from opportunity. And I used to do that a lot. My girl used to hate it, and she'd just be like, what are you doing? Like, you're just missing out. Like, it'd be like a job that I could have got, but it means that I have to be very social. And if I'm not confident, then I don't want to take that social job because I know I have to answer and talk to people. So I would take this job that pays me less, but I don't have, it's less engaging, you know? So stuff like that, like, confidence can be a very big, like, block when it comes to, you know, opportunities. My biggest downfall is just that I just sometimes just be straying away from stuff just because I be like ducking the littlest things, like answering a phone call that could possibly change your life or stuff like that, you know? What will you instill in your kids as parents? I definitely instill manners, history, overall education, and just great like not necessarily personality traits, but just knowledge of, like, just making them aware of different things in the world, basically. So let me break that down. So when I say I would instill education into them, I mean, like, the things that you're relying on school to teach your kids, if I know it, I'll teach them. The things that school does not teach your kids, I will teach them. And the things that school cannot teach your kids, because they do not teach your kids, I will teach them. I will educate them history-wise. Anything that I know, brutal or not, I would educate them on. It's a lot of different things you can educate your kids on. Like, education, I would teach them manners so that they can learn, because I'm a very well-mannered, like, youngin', I'm not gonna lie. Like, never been sweet, but I am, like, I just have a lot of respect for people, just because, like, I always tell people it's enough disrespectful people in this world, and I will not be another one of them, basically. I would teach them different ways to show respect, different ways they can get respect, just a lot of things like that. I think that respect is important, and I feel like no matter what, like, that's one thing that people can't take away from you, because I feel like when you're a respectful person, that's something that people can't take from you, and if you do let them take that from you, then they have power over you. So think about a situation where, like, you're in the store and you hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, but you were still respectful at the end of the day to, like, you know, just hold the door for the older lady or the older man, whatever the case was. If you just simply like respect and you give them power over you, they don't say thank you, then they have control over you. Now you're angry and you're causing a whole scene at the gas station just off of, like, your self-control and stuff like that. What's the other point that I made? I don't know. It's a lot of things that I teach my kids. Like, I'm teaching them anything that I know. And then I said business, entrepreneurship, stuff like that. So one thing I'm not gonna do is force anything on my kids. You want to go to school, you go to school. You want to be an entrepreneur, you be an entrepreneur. You want to be an artist, you be an artist. You want to make music, you make music. You want to draw, you can draw. I'm just gonna let them know their options, because I feel like with us, bro, growing up, like, we did not have any options. Like, back in the day when our parents were in school, and I'm a 98 baby, so our parents had a bit of more better opportunities when it came to what they wanted to do. They had a lot more classes in high school that dedicated to, you know, being a carpenter or being an electrician or stuff like that. They had classes for that. My schools, like our schools in our time, we didn't have that. The only option we had was sports, or, you know, just relying on your grades just to get you in school. So you're just in school, or you're an athlete, you're gonna go pro, or, you know, you drop out and you have those other alternatives. So with us not really having those choices, then we're forced to pick, you know, majors and stuff at a young age. I don't know what the heck I want to do 4 years from now that I decided I went into college. So you don't really get a choice, you know. So I feel like now that we know how we can come up in this world, and, you know, just the different options that we have as creators, like, you don't have to do this type of stuff. So I teach them that, let them know their options. Next question, what inspires you? I'm inspired by any and everything I see. So not literally, but, like, honestly, I think that that's a good, I think that inspiration is what keeps me going. If I didn't have inspiration in my life, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't be anything. And I don't mean, it's not necessarily the people that inspire me. It's anything, like objects, like anything. Like, I see something, I see a camera camera, and I'm like, dang, I need to go take some pictures for my photography page. I see a camera and I'm like, boom, I want to shoot a YouTube video. I want to create some content. I want to do this. I want to do that. I see a pen. One day I really want to write a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lighting a candle. I should make my own scent. You know, I'm really honestly that type of person. Like, I'm real life inspired by anything I see, and I feel like that's a really strong characteristic of mine. I have a lot of respect for myself for letting that type of stuff, that little things like that inspire me. I'm definitely inspired by some people. I have some people that I watch that I'm very inspired by, just because like I would love to not be in their shoes, but I would love to, you know, have similar career lifestyles and stuff like that. So yeah, what made you start YouTube? So when I first started YouTube, it's funny because I looked at my first video that I ever posted on YouTube the other day, and I just wanted to, like, you know, go back down memory lane and remember why I started this. So really when I watched that video, I can tell that I was trying to, like, really hard to make it like a mini movie, but like not a mini movie. So put it like this. So growing up, I watched a lot of movies. People notice, like, I didn't have cable growing up, so I watched a lot of movies. That's why, obviously. So with that being said, I grew up on a lot of plays, like Medea plays, and like old school like musicals and stuff like that. Like, I just watched a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows. I grew up with Martin, Fresh Prince, the Cosbys. I watched a lot of animated stuff, so you got Fat Albert, all that type of stuff, right? So like, you know, when you seeing all these people do this stuff, I thought it was so cool. Like, I've just always been attracted to cameras. My mom bought me a camera when I was really young. Me and my cousin had like matching these little mini green cameras. I'm gonna find it one day. I was attracted to like all of that production type of stuff. So I don't know, like, it's not what I wanted to do when I grew up, but I just kind of wanted to be a part of it. So like, I don't know, I just wanted to be in the entertainment industry, basically. Like, I didn't want to grow up and be like working like 9 to 5, and not 9 to 5, but I mean, like, I didn't want to have a typical job, basically, like, type of stuff. So I don't know, I always been an entertainer, and I think that comes from sports, because you're putting on a show for an audience. So, you know, I kind of went that route, and I was like, you know what, like, let's do some fake filmmaking. I did some skits with some people on campus before, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like, I'm definitely interested in filmmaking and acting. I can't really see that being realistic for me, just because I don't have the experience, or I don't be making skits on Instagram and stuff like that. But I would love to be a part of somebody's production. I would love to act or to be in the film crew, stuff like that. So I think that's why I started my YouTube channel, to try to curate that kind of like business or whatever. But then when I went along with it, and I'm looking at other people with their YouTube channels, I'm like, oh, people do it this way, so I started doing it this way. And now I just currently create content for my benefit. So what I like, I post. To answer that question, what made me start a channel was that I wanted something to do, because I kind of gave up sports and I wanted to like find something else to like fall on. What advice can you give for a healthy relationship? Honestly, being real with yourself allows you to be real with other people. How that relates to a relationship is to be yourself, obviously. So be who you are, and don't be who your partner wants you to be, which is hard, because a lot of times you want to impress your partner, and you want your partner to be attracted to you. So if I noticed that, basically, like this. So when I first went to lock my hair, right, my girl was like, oh, heck no, which is not like, it's not a bad thing, because when you think about it, you want to be attracted to your partner. If you know they about to start some little cheese doodle little locks, you know that they might not be as attractive, or you can't imagine that look on them because they've never had it before, right? I was not at all mad at Kiefer feeling this way. Like, you are entitled to your opinions. It's hairstyles that I don't think will look right on her, you know, it's fine. Instead of me not getting locks because I wanted my partner to stay attracted to me, I continued to be myself in my relationship, and put myself first, and decide on my own that I wanted to lock my hair no matter how I looked. When I got it in the beginning, I was crusty. Like, it wasn't cute, but at the end of the day, I was happy about my decision, because I made it and I did it for myself, and I didn't let like she could have left me if she wanted. She could have dogged me, she could have called me this and that, she could have talked about me to her friends, whatever, you know, that would have been hard. But I decided that I wanted locks, and I did it for myself, basically. So I'm saying, I think it's important to make sure you are yourself, because when you can accept yourself, somebody else can accept you. Kiana loves my locks now, you know what I mean? Like, she grew to love them. She loves my journey. She enjoys how I care for them. She loves them. Like, she loves my locks. I'm sure of it, I hope. So I think that's important, and take what you want to take from that, you know? Like, I don't know if I just spit game just now, but like, incorporate that into your own way. Like, I don't know, I'm just talking during this whole journey. I'm just talking. I don't know if I'm like making sense, or if I'm like hitting y'all in different spots or not, but that's one thing, I'll give you that. And I think also maintenance in a relationship is important, and obviously all relationships are gonna lack maintenance in some areas because things change, you know what I mean? Like circumstances change, emotions change, pockets change, lifestyles change. So you're not always gonna be able to do the same thing that you always did, you know, in the beginning of your relationship. But some things, you know what I'm saying, you can keep, like maintain it. Like people say, like, don't stop doing what you did to get your girl, to get your nigga, or whatever the case is. And that means that don't stop loving them the way you did. Like I be questioning my girl, I be blushing, I flirt with Kiana like she's not mine. Like I be forgetting sometimes that this is my whole like soon to be my fiance, you feel me? Like I be flirting with her, and it's like when you be with, and we've been together for 4 years, like do people still be like really flirting for real with they partner? I don't know, but it's just a lot of things that I still do. One thing Kiana always loved that I do with and for her is rubbing her. She loves me to rub her back, she loves me to rub her shoulders, anything, her feet, whatever. That's something that I've just always done, and she still likes it. So it's like if I were to stop doing that kind of like physical nurture, I'm pretty sure she would like start to like lose a little bit of feeling for me, just because it's just like it's nurture. Like some people like physical nurture or whatever the case is, stuff like that. I think obviously honesty, I think we can all agree. So yeah, I certainly believe that honesty is very important in a relationship. I feel like whether it's something that's old, whether it's something that you feel like you might feel in the future, whether it's something that you feeling now, like I feel like be upfront. Like try not to spare their feelings or, you know, put yourself first, because when you're in a relationship, you're in it for yourself, but it's about what you're doing for the other person. So I'm with Kiana not only because it makes me feel good, but because like I want to be in this position in her life, like to be to know that somebody else out here in the world is getting treated good. So think about that when you're in a relationship. Don't always think about how like I'm with her because she makes me feel like this, or I'm with him because he makes me feel like this. Think about the other person. Like how do you make them feel? Like imagine if, you know, if you were good in your relationship, imagine if they were with somebody who was the total opposite of you. It's sad, right? Like it's sad. Like think about the person you're with. Like if Kiana was out here with a dude or another female and it was the total opposite of me, meaning she is getting treated like trash, I would feel so bad. Like she's such a sweet girl and she's getting treated like this. So think of it like that sometimes. Next question, do you think you can handle fame? I'm hoping that I can, honestly. My route that I'm chasing, I'm not chasing fame, but with this industry that I'm trying to partake in, it comes with fame. So I don't know. I'm already am looking to get a therapist for like other reasons, but hopefully when I do, you know, reach the place in life that I'm trying to reach now, hopefully that I have like a life coach or a, you know, a really good therapist, somebody that can walk me through my journey as I am walking through my journey. I feel like, you know, it's really not easy dealing with like internet trolls and stuff like that, especially if I'm not confident or if I talk down to myself, and I hate that about myself, like I mentioned earlier in the video. Imagine if I have, you know, hundreds of thousands of other people who are talking down to me, who are discouraging me, who's talking trash about me. That might not be easy to deal with. If I can't even deal with it with myself, it's not gonna be easy. So I'm just kind of like trying to prepare myself for it. Currently, if I get like negative, you know, videos or feedback, currently if and when I get negative feedback on my like social media, like especially like a YouTube video, I just delete it, you know. So that's gonna be my first thing to action. Like my first action for like internet trolls is gonna be to simply delete it. When it's gone, like when it's gone, you can't see it no more. You don't have to read it, you just reading the good stuff. That's cool. And I don't mean like, I don't delete like constructive criticism or nothing like that. I mean like people that get on my stuff and they be like, are you a girl or a boy? And they be like, when I do my intro, what do I say? Yo, it's your girl, and I'm back with a motherfucking video. Like, you know, stuff like that is like trolls. Like they do stuff like that on purpose. Some people really be like, you know, just talking their stuff or whatever. So stuff like that, I just go straight to the, I barely even delete it. Once I peep that it's negative, halfway through the sentence, it's trash. I'm praying that I can deal with fame. So if you're watching this right now, whether I am big to you or whether I am, you know, like if you watch this, I don't know, a year from now and I'm big, just keep me in your prayers and just hope that God keeps peace in my mind, that I can be strong for this field that I'm in. Have only one arm or only be able to see out of one eye. Have one arm or see out of one eye, I'll probably take the one eye. Just because like both your hands, you good. 2 hands, 2 feet, you good. One eye, at least I can still see. I just gotta turn all the way around, but I definitely take the one eye. I think that concludes all the freaking questions. That was a lot of questions. I didn't even like looking at them. It didn't look like that many. Like all them little squares didn't not look like that many questions. But that concludes concludes this freaking Q&A. It was my first time, like I said, doing a Q&A. I think I did alright. I'm looking forward to doing these more often because people be having a lot of questions. And I recently been like converted to vegan eating, so I've been getting a lot of questions when I be posting stuff about, you know, my eating and stuff like that. So I will open up some more Q&A boxes soon. Thank you to everybody that participated. By participating, you sent me a question that was support. I was able to, you know, shoot my content, do my video that way. So I appreciate your support. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, you know I'm Ant, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to become a part of the freaking game for me. Happy New Year again to everybody. Comment down below any other videos that you guys might want to see. I'm open to doing, you know, stuff like this, obviously. So if you guys want to see more routine, my routine, another Q&A, or do this or do that, or day in the life, or whatever the case is, just comment down below. I'm gonna check in with y'all in the next freaking video. Stay tuned, we stay lit. We putting up videos every day. I missed a day so far, but we putting up videos every day. If not every other day, I'm doing it as often as I can. Trying to get this content. I'm not really outside, you know, in the mall doing interviews and stuff. It's corona out here. So all of that good stuff. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next freaking video.